right, back for one more. This is lesson number 8, the last one in this series, in our series on ACE Barre Chord System. We're going to be talking about the minor 6. So, we talked a lot about intervals with each of these, haven't we? So if you recall, the last one we did was the minor 7th, which has a root, has a flat 3, a 5, and a flat 7. There's a flat 7 right there. Now, the only difference in a minor 7 and minor 6 is that the flat 7 goes down a half step, 1 fret, to a 6. That's it. So for example, watch this. C minor 7, minor 6. See? As a matter of fact, you always hear those two chords together. The way to use that minor 6 chord, the first way to use it is just use it in conjunction with the minor 7. For example, remember I was telling you earlier that jazz players see chords different. So if a jazz player sees a C minor on a piece of paper, he sees something different than what a typical player would say. A typical player, if he sees C minor, then you're going to get C minor. But a jazz player, when he sees the C minor, he sees a C minor 7th and a C minor 6. He knows he can. C minor 7, C minor 6. And you've heard that. That's a familiar sound. So let's look at those in context. Remember, here's a C minor 7 we just did in the last video. Just put your middle finger right here and pick up your pinky, and you have a C minor 6. Now the next one's not quite so easy. Here you have a C minor 7th. C minor 6 is going to be like this. So kind of a funny fingering. Actually, the fingering looks just like a C6 chord, but on different strings. Remember, the C6 was up here like this, the fingering. But if you take all those fingers and just move them over a string and go down here with your root note on the C, you'll have a C6. So you want to associate this one, C minor 7, to that C minor 6, then this C minor 7 to this C minor 6. And then up here you have a C minor 7, you know that one, but a C minor 6 is like this. See that? Okay. So you're going to see the graphic coming up just like in the past videos, and we're going to walk through 3 ways to make your minor 6s in all 12 keys, starting with C minor 6. Here we go. C minor 6, C minor 6, C minor 6. Then we're going to have F minor 6. That has an open note, so that looks a little bit different. Then we're going to come up here, F minor 6. Then up here, F minor 6. Okay. Now we have B flat minor 6. We're going to start with that here, B flat minor 6, and up here, way up here, B flat minor 6, and way up here. All right, then we have E flat minor 6, E flat minor 6, here, here, okay, and then we're going to have A flat minor 6. Back to here. Okay, D flat minor 6. G flat minor 6. Excuse me, G flat minor 6, not G minor. Okay, then we have B minor 6. We're going to be right here. Way up here. Then we have E minor 6. Let's see, first we're going to do it different. We're going to do this E minor 6. That's a little different than what we've been doing because we're down close to the net. We have to change the fingering just a little bit. E minor 6, 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 E minor 6. Then we have A minor 6. I'm going to start here, A minor 6, 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 A minor 6. Then we're going to have D minor 6, 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 and last we're going to have G minor 6. G minor 6. Then again, you'll hear them mixed together, the minor 7th and the minor 6th together, which those two chords function as a minor chord. For example, instead of, let's say G minor. So instead of going G minor, I would go G minor 7, minor 6, minor 7, minor 6. You know, up here, G minor 7, minor 6, or here. So there you are. We've done. That's it. We've done major. We did major 7, dominant 7th, major 6, minor, and then we did the minor 7th and the minor 6th. Now, that's a lot of chords. Remember, we have 3 ways to make all 12 keys. So that's 36. The first video was 36 chords. So we had 7 of the different voicings. That's 7 times 36. How many is that? I think I've got it written down over here somewhere. So that's 252. So you've learned 252 chords in these 7 videos. So that's a pretty good that's a pretty good bang for your buck, I would say. 252 chords. So where do you go from here? Well, yeah, that's another whole series of videos, and I'm hoping to do a series on that. But just to give you a overview of what you would do, first thing you would need to do is you would need to use these chords on chord progressions. You need to understand what chords work together well. For example, the most common chord progression is the 1-4-5 in the key of C. That would be C, F, and G. So you'd start off C, find the nearest F, and the nearest G. So C, F, G. Or I could do here C, F, G. Or I could do C, F, G. I could do C, F, G. See, it opens up a whole big possibility with all those chords. You know, if I was doing G, I could do G, C, D here. I could do G, C, D here. I could do G, C, D here. See, there's just a whole lot of possibilities. That's one thing we can do with them. Another thing is you can break them down to 3 strings. Say for example, go back to the very first one. 3 ways to make a C. C, C, C. So what you want to do is you want to go break them down to the first 3 strings. For example, that would be C, C, C. See? And then if I go to string 2, 3, and 4, I would have C, C, C. If I go to string 3, 4, and 5, I would have C, 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 and so forth. See, so that's something else we can do with them. That's just getting into studying your triads and so forth. You can also do what's called double stops. A double stop is where you do the chords, but you only play 2 strings. Say, for example, I might play the 1st and 2nd string only, or the 2nd and 3rd string only, 3rd and 4th string only. And you know, or you might play the 1st and 3rd string. You know. There's a lot of possibilities, but that's another series. So I appreciate you hanging in there. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments below. And again, I have the PDF to this lesson down there if you want to go down there and look at that, study that. And if you look if you go into the description and you click on that link that takes you to the PDF, at the very bottom you'll see what I call the hub. You know, you've got all 8 lessons are there. You know, that's on every one of the pages. If you go all the way to the bottom on every one of those pages, the hub will be there. You just click on it where it says all lessons, and you'll have all eight PDFs right there on one page. So you can just, you know, bookmark that or print it all out or whatever you want to do. So it's been an interesting series, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm going to figure out. I want to do another series, but I haven't even figured out what yet. There's a lot of possibilities. If you have something you want to hear me do, you know, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm thinking I might do something on harmonized scales. I've got this ongoing thing about improvisation. I might pick back up on that, and then I might just do songs. You know, if you have a particular song you want to learn, let me know. I'm always open to ideas. So until then, take care. Bye.